Hello there, fellow cultists. This is DM Nell, and I'm back with another episode of Shadow Talk. I believe this one is 124, so getting close to that 125 mark. I'll have to do something special for that. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, sorry for my state of undress here, but here in the Midwest, it's uh, pretty effing hot. And yeah, so gotta dress appropriately for that, even though I'm in my dungeon and it's nice and cool down here. I'm still actually trying to recover from mowing the yard earlier, which was not enjoyable at all. Not that it's ever enjoyable because it is, being out in nature, and nature hates me. But anyway, here we are with another episode, and I do have something to talk about, as I always do. And it pertains to Shadow of the Demon Lord, as it always does. And in this episode, I'm going to be presenting the supplement called Riders of the Wind. Now, some of you who are more casual Shadow of the Demon Lord aficionados, I don't know if you can be a casual aficionado. Anyway, some of you that don't keep up with all the supplements that come out may not be aware of this one. So this would be another thing that you could pick up in Drive-Thru RPG. It's a 4-page supplement, and it provides the Centaur as a playable character class, or as a playable character ancestry, I should say. So, in the lore of Shadow of the Demon Lord, the Centaur are they're the people that populate the western side of the continent of Rule, and that the western side is separated by the Shield Mountains from the eastern side. And so there's always been this separation, the east from the west, and the western side is referred to as the Endless Steppe. It's a huge piece of property. It basically runs from almost from the southern tip of the continent to the northern tip of the continent. So there's a lot of real estate there. And I think it's an area that if any area of this campaign world has been ignored by Schwab Entertainment, or not, that hasn't really given a lot of attention to it, really no attention to it, it's the Endless Steppe. So it is virgin territory. If you want to make a campaign in the Endless Steppes and make it your own, this is like prime real estate. There is nothing there in the core rule books. It may get some mention here and there in some supplements, but nothing major that I'm aware of. So, like I said, if you're looking for an area of the campaign world to make your own, this is it. This is a good spot. The Endless Steppes. So, in fact, I can see if I have my Roll20 still open. Where are you? Oh, I don't. Okay, well, that's fine. So, give me a minute here. What I wanted to do is show a map of the continent, which I should have had ready before I started recording, but I'm an idiot. But then you all already knew that, so there's that. Here we go. All right. So this is the continent of Rule. And just to kind of shrink it down a little bit so you can see the whole thing. So, here is the Endless Steppe. I mean, it's just this ginormous area of land that there's no official write-up for. There's no official adventures in, and so this is great place to launch a campaign and to do it. Now, what would you do in there? That's a damn good question. Centaur definitely come from here, but that's way too much land for it to only be the land of Centaur. So there would have to be, other stuff that's there. So, like I said, it is virgin territory. You could do practically anything you want there. Now, the minute I say this, Robert Schwab is probably going to put out a supplement. The Endless Steppe. Here's all the shit that's in it. And that would just be my luck. But for now, as of today, as of this writing right now, there's nothing there. So make it what you will. Anyway, Riders of the Wind are as a focus on the Centaur people who come from the Endless Steppes. And so what relationship do the Centaur have with the rest of Rule? Not a good one. Mostly because the people of Rule are terrible people, and they keep trying to expand, where they can, as people do. And as they tried to expand into the Endless Steppe, the Centaur definitely pushed back. And that's because the Centaur, although they make no claim to the Endless Steppe, as it states right here in the second paragraph, they see themselves as protectors of the land, chosen by the spirits of the plains to preserve the lands against the invaders, to keep their lands pure, sacred, and free from the rapacious, that's a good word, rapacious, humans who would transform it to suit their needs. So that's why they try to keep the interlopers, which they feel the rest of Rule are interlopers, from the Endless Steppe. So there's that contention between the people of Rule and the Centaur people, but there's always exceptions. And so this is a way for you to bring in an exception where you can actually, if you're not making a campaign in the Endless Steppe and you want to, or you have a player character that wants to play a Centaur, this supplement allows you to do that. So Centaur, and actually it states right here, this installment in the Poison Pages series makes it possible, and incidentally, Poison Pages is where you'll find it in the Schwab Entertainment section of Roll20, and it's one of the it's in that line of supplements that he refers to as Poison Pages, and so it actually refers to them to the Centaur as a more powerful ancestry than those presented in the main rule book. Centaurs use special rules to make them more compatible with other characters in the group. So page 2 here kind of goes into that. Let's see here, nomadic centaurs have roamed the Endless Steppe for over 1,000 years, following the herds of bison that they raise for meat, clothing, and other goods. They travel the steppe extensively, moving as the seasons change. Few centaurs leave their tribes. They all feel an obligation to protect their kin and preserve their way of life. So centaur have a hybrid form. The upper half is human, and the bottom half is a horse, of course. Centaurs feel no shame for nakedness and see little point in garbing themselves in coverings. In times of war, they protect themselves with hardened leather armor and barding made from bison hides. All right. Wild and free. Recognizing no borders, centaurs go wherever they please and regard everyone in their tribes as equals. They prize freedom as the highest ideal, and outsiders tend to see their promises as being worthless, and centaurs cannot be bound by oaths. Being free spirits does not absolve centaurs of their obligations to their tribe, however. The health and security of a tribe always takes precedent over the individual centaur's desires, and thus centaurs curtail their wildness whenever it would come into conflict with their people's needs. So one thing I can see right away is, if a centaur is banished from their tribe, that might be a reason why they are, roaming the eastern portion of Rule. Spirits everywhere in the clouds, scuttling the dome of the world, in the sighing wind that stirs the grasses, in the rich earth underfoot, and in the waves crashing against the western shores exist the gods of the centaurs. The sense that the mortal world is alive with the divine contributes to their belief that The endless steppe is sacred ground and must be protected from outsiders and non-believers. In the mind of the Centaur, the world itself is divine, and the wind, rain, grass, earth, water, and more are their gods. The few outsiders to explore the steppes report hearing odd voices and other unexplained phenomenon, leading many to believe that genies or spirits of some kind haunt the land. So genies sounds like would be prevalent. Yeah. I'm already starting to get ideas for doing a campaign in the endless steppe, but that's too much work. So anyway, let's see. What do we have here? Words of wind. The Centaur speak Centauri, a flowing, breezy language others find difficult to master. Centauri has no written form. Linguistic scholars note it has much in common with the language of the Sylphs. Common Centaur names: Easy, Feral, Phila, Hithrin, Iotha, Leith, Lua, Osua, Asa, San, Cease, Earl. Alright, great names. Hippie names. Okay, so creating a Centaur. What goes into creating a Centaur? Well, your attribute scores start off a little stronger, as you can imagine. They have a strength of 12, an agility of 11. They make up for it with lesser intellect, which is starting at 8. But they do have a will of 11, so it's still a pretty strong array of ability scores. Their perception equals the intellect score, defense equals agility, health equals strength. So they would be starting off pretty strong. Healing rate equals a quarter of the health as usual. They are considered size 2. They have a speed of 12, which is pretty good. Power 0, blah, 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 blah. Okay, language and professions. They speak Centauri. And rather than start with 2 professions, choose 2 of the following options. Speak the common tongue, gatherer, guide, hunter, nomad, rustler, or tracker. So those are the choices you have for Centaur. You don't have the full range of professions that other characters enjoy. Equine body. Due to the nature of your form, you cannot ride other creatures. As well, you cannot descend or you can ascend or descend sheer vertical surfaces by climbing. For the purposes of talents related to mounted combat, you count as if you were mounted, and effects that apply to the rider and the mount apply to you. Natural weapons. You can attack with your hooves. This is pretty cool. They count as basic weapons that deal a d6 damage. Gallop. You can use an action to move up to 3 times your speed. Powerful ancestry. When your group attains level 1, you do not choose a novice path. Instead, whenever the advancement table in Shadow indicates you would gain benefits from a novice path, you gain the benefits from your ancestry for that level. So you level up as a Centaur rather than as a novice character. And then starting equipment, you do not roll for your wealth. Instead, you gain the items described in the bulleted text below, making choices as directed. You have a spear or club, you have a small shield or bow with 12 arrows, you have a backpack, tinderbox, D3 torches, a week of rations, and a water skin. Alright, so when you do level up to the novice tier, at level 1, you gain 2 attribute scores, increase 2 by 1. Characteristics: health plus 5, perception plus 1, speed plus 2. Nimble recovery. You can use an action on your turn to heal damage equal to your healing rate and move up to half your speed without triggering for your attacks. Once you use this talent, you cannot use it again until after you complete a rest. Then, as a level 2 Centaur novice, you gain an additional plus 5, perception plus 1, and you get the trample talent. You can use an action to move up to your speed in a straight line. If you enter the space of another creature, that creature must get a success on agility challenge or take a d6 damage and fall prone. Gain one of the following benefits: magic or weapon training. So that's typical. Level 4 Centaur expert. You get your health plus 5, speed plus 2, and then you can either increase your magic or you get strike and kick. You can use an action to make an attack with a weapon you are wielding and an attack with your hooves. You make each attack with 1 Bane. And at level 5, Centaur Expert, health plus 5, you get critical move. When the total of your attack roll is 20 or higher and exceeds the target number by at least 5, the attack deals a d3 extra damage, and you can move up to half your speed without triggering free attacks. And you gain one of the following: either your magic gets better or you get the combat prowess. And then, of course, at level 8, Centaur Master, you get characteristics, health plus 5, powerful hooves. Attacks you make with your hooves deal a d6 extra damage. And you gain one of the following: either your magic gets better or you get combat expertise. All right, and then the rest of this is to just flesh out your Centaur. It gives you a table on age, table on coat color, table on origins, your build, your personality, and just making sure there isn't anything special here that I want to focus on. Then you've got a master path that you can choose. The Horse Archer. As a Horse Archer, 7th level, you increase 3 of your attributes by 1. Your characteristics, health improves by 4. And then you gain another language or add a common military or wilderness profession. Parting Shot. When you use an action to retreat or rush while mounted, you can use a triggered action to make an attack with a bow. You make the attack with 1 Bane. Deft Rider. If you move on your turn while mounted, creatures make attack rolls against you with 1 Bane until the end of the round. And then a level 10 Horse Archer gains health plus 4. Bow Mastery. When you make attacks with a bow, you make the attack roll with 1 boon. And then Master Rider, your mount gains plus 2 to defense and speed. So this Master Path is not specific to the Centaur. You could choose this as a Master Path for any ancestry. Okay, and then for the DM, you have the Centaur creature stat blocks here. Because more than likely they're probably going to be encountered more as an opponent rather than as a player character. But in the event that your exiled Centaur player character is being called back to his tribe, these could be some creatures that he or she has to contend with. Okay. And that pretty much finishes the supplement. It's a fairly short supplement. Like I said, 4 pages and really only 3 pages of material or of content. The first page is art and background. So not a lot to this, and correspondingly cheap on Drive-Thru-RPG. I think it's less than $2, maybe even less than $1. I'm not really sure. I can't remember. I got this, I believe, several years ago, so it's been out for a while. And so I don't remember how much I paid for it. So at any rate, this is some, another wonderful offering from Schwab Entertainment to add diversity and expand the ancestry options for your player characters. I would definitely see this as something that you would only allow as an option for one character. Or if you're doing a campaign in the Endless Steppes, maybe you would do it, you would mandate that all characters are Centaur. I would definitely not let more than one player character play a Centaur. That's pushing it. So yeah, that's personally how I'd handle it. But you do you. If you want to have 2 or 3 Centaur causing trouble in a rule, you knock yourself out. You do that. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, so Riders on the Wind, another ancestry, another great supplement. Check it out on Drive-Thru-RPG. And hey, check out my other videos also. Like I said, this is number 124. So that means there's 123 more videos that you haven't seen, probably. Or maybe you have seen a couple. And who knows, there may be 124 more videos yet to come. So, I have no idea how long I'll be doing this, at least I always said that I'll keep doing it until somebody better comes along, and nobody else has come along to make Shadow Demon Lord videos. So here I am, still pumping this crap out, hoping that somebody actually takes the baton that I've been holding out for 124 videos now. And nobody's picking up the damn baton. So here I keep doing the damn videos. But anyway, so if you stuck around this long, you might as well subscribe. So hit the damn subscribe button, hit the damn notification button. So anytime a damn video drops, and you'll be notified. Damn it. So there you go. I'm done with this video. I'm out of here if I can only figure out how to turn off the recording. There it is.